Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says National Health Program would help achieve the goal of universal health coverage. Finance Minister has urged the private sector to explore options for boosting exports with improving the quality of local products. Foreign Office spokesperson says it is high time for the international community to fulfill its promises to provide right to self-determination to the people of occupied Kashmir. Russia has successfully test-fired a new air defense missile. United Nations Refugee Agency has appealed to all sides in Syria to provide safe passage for 140,000 war-hit civilians in the country. Pakistan star batsman Fakhar Zaman has registered a new record by securing 210 unbeaten runs in the fourth one-day international against Zimbabwe at Bulawayo. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister retired Justice Nasirul Mulk has said the Prime Minister's National Health Program has transformed the concept of provision of health cover to the poor. He gave these remarks during a briefing given to him by the program in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister said the program would be instrumental in achieving the goal of universal health coverage, which is an important pillar of National Health Vision 2016-2025. Secretary National Health Services Zahid Saeed made a detailed presentation on the concept, scope and outreach of the program. Caretaker Finance Minister Dr. Shamshad Akhtar has urged the business industry to improve the quality of local products at par with international standards in order to discourage imports. She was talking to a delegation of the Pakistan Business Council led by Ehsan Malik and Bashir Ali Muhammad, who called on him in Islamabad today. The minister said the Pakistan's industry needs to examine all options of managing their competitiveness. She underscored that private sector should explore options for boosting exports and availing of opportunity offered by the establishment of special economic zones. Election Commission of Pakistan has started a campaign to create awareness amongst the voters. According to the Commission, the voters are required to bring their original computerized national identity card on the polling day to cast their vote. Green ballot papers are for the National Assembly seats, while white for the Provincial Assembly seats. The Election Commission has also launched SMS service through which the voters, by sending their CNIC number on 8300, can get details about their polling stations. A result transmission system has also been introduced through which the polling staff, by using an application in their cell phones, will send election results directly to the Election Commission of Pakistan. President Pakistan Muslim League N. Shahbaz Sharif has stressed the need for holding of the general elections in a free, fair and transparent manner. Addressing a news conference in Peshawar this evening, he said the PMLN will win the elections on the basis of its performance. He said the PMLN's previous government took a number of steps for the development of the nation, which includes adding thousands of megawatts of electricity to the national grid, construction of motorways, Gwadar Port, besides implementation of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. PMLN senators have demanded level playing field in the election campaign and peaceful environment for transparent and credible elections in the country. Taking part in the discussion regarding prevailing law and order and political situation in the country, Javed Abbasi said the Election Commission of Pakistan should take steps for free, fair and transparent elections. Asif Girmani said the caretaker setup has failed to provide security to ensure transparent elections. He expressed concerns on the fresh wave of terrorism in Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, targeting election rallies and killing several people. Chairman Qawmi Watan Party Aftab Ahmed Khan Sherpa has asked political parties and their candidates to refrain from levelling baseless allegations against each other. Addressing a news conference at Tangi in District Charsadda today, he said they should follow the code of conduct announced by the Election Commission of Pakistan. Aftab Sherpao asked the caretaker government to ensure holding of the elections in a free, fair and transparent manner. Speakers at an interactive session on Kashmir have admired United Nations call for international investigations in occupied Kashmir. The event, titled A Plebiscite and an International Investigation on Kashmir, a test for India's role as a responsible UN member state, was held by YFK International Kashmir Lobby Group in Islamabad. Addressing the seminar, Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Mohammed Faisal said the UN report is a success of Pakistan and now world has woken up. Former permanent representative of Pakistan to the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva, Samir Akram, called upon India to fully respect the right of self-determination of the Kashmiri people. Organization of Islamic Cooperation has condemned Israel's recently approved Jewish nation-state law as racist and illegitimate. In a statement in Jeddah today, the OIC Secretary General Yusuf bin Ahmad Al Uthman called controversial legislation a flagrant challenge to legitimate decisions of international community. He said the law ignores the historical rights of Palestinians, both Muslims and Christians. He urged international community to reject and condemn the law, which will only serve to undermine the vision of a two-state solution. Russia has successfully test-fired a new air defense missile from a testing range in Kazakhstan. Russian Defense Ministry said the weapon, which had successfully engaged its targets during the test, is in military service. It said anti-missile system is designed to protect Moscow against air and space attacks, as well as to carry out tasks in interest of missile attack warning systems and control of outer space. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has welcomed US President Donald Trump's invitation to Russian President Vladimir Putin to meet in Washington this autumn. Merkel told a news conference in Berlin that it should become normal again for Russia and American presidents to meet. Merkel said Europe and the United States had been at odds many times, but it is always worth resolving these conflicts. British Prime Minister Theresa May called on European Union to evolve its position in response to her new white paper plan to avoid a damaging no-deal Brexit. In a speech in Belfast, May said it is now for the EU to respond, not simply to fall back on previous positions which have already been proven unworkable. United Nations Refugee Agency has appealed to all sides in Syria to provide safe passage for 140,000 civilians displaced by fighting so that they can receive aid and shelter. UNHCR spokesman Andrej Mahocic told a news briefing in Geneva that the UNHCR was ready to discuss with Syria and Russia their plan to set up centers for returning Syrian refugees. In the United States, at least 11 people have died after an amphibious duck boat carrying tourists sank at Table Rock Lake in Missouri State. Police said the vessel was carrying about 30 people when it capsized. Divers have been searching the lake for people who are missing. And now, cricket. In the fourth one-day international five-match series at Bulawayo, chasing a victory target of 400 runs against Pakistan, Zimbabwe was 79 for a loss of 5 wickets in 23 overs a short while ago. Batting first, Pakistan's Fakhar Zaman scored historic 210 runs unbeaten off 156 balls, breaking previous record of star batsman Saeed Anwar of 194 runs against India in 1997. Fakhar becomes first Pakistani batsman to score double century in one-day international. Both openers, Fakhar Zaman and Imamul Haq, also scored a record partnership of 304 runs for any wicket. Imamul Haq scored 113 runs off 122 balls. Pakistan is leading the five-match series 3-0. And finally, the weather report. Rain and thunder showers are expected at isolated places in Malakand, Hazara, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Lahore and Job divisions, Islamabad, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. Hot and humid weather is expected elsewhere in the country during the next 24 hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.